My cheating wife never came home. Then the next morning, I got a text from her saying, the pink sticky note on my fridge felt like a death knell. Ashley's perfect script spelled out 23 words that dissolved 12 years of marriage. Gone for 2 weeks with Chase. Need space. Please respect my journey. Ashley. I stood in my boxers, still wearing yesterday's work shirt, clutching my morning coffee. It felt like the last normal thing I had, and as it turned out, I was right. My name is Jake Morrison and I'm a mechanic. It's not glamorous work, but it's honest. My hands are permanently stained with oil, my back aches from crawling under engines, and I usually smell more like WD-40 than cologne. Ashley used to say she loved that about me, the genuine grit of it all. That was before she discovered yoga pants, green smoothies, and apparently personal trainers named Chase. The house now felt like a museum exhibit. Failed marriage, American suburb edition. Everything was too neat, too carefully arranged. Ashley's vanilla candles still burned in the living room, their cloying sweetness mingling with the lingering scent of her expensive perfume. The security camera she'd insisted on installing last month suddenly made sense. She'd been planning this for a while. I walked to the kitchen window and gazed at our meticulously kept lawn. Mrs. Delaney from next door was already peeking through her blinds. In Millfield, news traveled faster than gossip at a church potluck. By noon, everyone would know Ashley Morrison had abandoned her mechanic husband for a younger man. The burner phone was hidden behind the coffee filters. Such an amateur move, really. I almost chuckled at the cliché, the cheating spouse's secret device straight out of a bad movie, but the messages inside were undeniably real. 3 months of explicit texts, selfies in my favorite flannel shirt, and hotel bookings that twisted my gut. Chase Brennan, 28 years old, a personal trainer at Elite Fitness, drove a leased Tesla, and apparently specialized in helping married women discover their inner goddess. His Instagram was a parade of shirtless gym selfies and motivational quotes about living your truth. He was the kind of guy who overused literally and considered protein powder a food group. I scrolled through their conversations, each message a fresh stab. Ashley, my practical wife who once scoffed at social media influencers, was now sending heart eye emojis and planning romantic getaways. The woman who'd once called Chase a Ken doll with daddy issues, now referred to him as her soulmate. My phone buzzed. A text from my business partner, Mike. Saw Ashley's car at the airport. Everything okay? I typed back, never better. She's on a journey of self-discovery. What kind of journey? The kind that ends with divorce papers? The house phone rang. Ashley's voice on the answering machine, breathless and frantic. Jake, I know you're there. Pick up. We need to talk about this like adults. I'm not the villain here. We both know this marriage has been dead for years. I just had the courage to do something about it. Courage? Is that what she called abandoning her husband via post-it note? I poured another coffee and sat at our kitchen table, the very table where we planned our future, discussed kids, argued about money. Now it felt like a monument to my own foolishness. How long had she been orchestrating this? How many of our friends were in on it? How many pitying glances had I missed? The garage was my refuge. Always had been. I own Morrison's Auto Repair on the edge of town, a place where things made sense. Engines had problems, you diagnosed them, you fixed them. No hidden meanings, no emotional manipulation, just honest work with predictable outcomes. Mike was waiting for me when I arrived, along with Tommy and Rick, my other mechanics. 3 guys who'd stuck with me for years, who understood that loyalty mattered. Boss, Mike said, avoiding my gaze. Heard about Ashley. News travels fast. Mrs. Patterson was in for an oil change this morning, said she saw Ashley loading suitcases at 5 a.m. Of course she did. Mrs. Patterson probably had a police scanner and a direct line to the town newspaper. So what's the plan? Tommy asked. I looked at my crew, Mike with his beer gut and endless supply of bad jokes,